Good evening. I'm Gregory Morgan, and welcome to Love Talk. I'm really happy to be here this evening and to be a part of your life and to be a part of the work that you're doing in your own life with regards to the relationships in your life. This show is called Love Talk because it is about that one thing that binds us all together, that thing from which we all came and to which we all return. It is the water that we're swimming in. It is what is breathing your lungs in and out. And I would say that if you had to give it a name, I would call it love. So this is Love Talk. And we're going to talk about what works and doesn't work in relationships. I'm going to say if you're in a relationship of any kind, whether it's a parental relationship with your children or whether it's a relationship with your parents, with your brothers, sisters, your co-workers, the people that you meet on the street, and then most particularly and most challenging, those love relationships that involve sexuality, intimacy, and ultimately end up involving real estate and children and college funds and all of those things that make up a marriage. Those relationships are the most challenging for human beings, and yet it is the essence of what makes us human, what makes us particularly a race and a society and a culture that not only dominates the earth, if you will, not only rules the earth as a species, but has the capacity to completely destroy the earth and be the most diabolical and destructive force on the planet. So we hold within our hands, literally, as human beings, as men and as women, the future, not only of our children, not only of our societies and our cultures, but literally of the world itself in our hands. And we will either be leaving a legacy of love for future generations to grow and to develop and to prosper and to fulfill their lives, a legacy of loving parents, of abundance and prosperity, or consider the alternatives. What will you leave for future generations? Will it be profoundly deep relationships? Will you teach your children and the people around you how to meet the challenges in your relationships and stand boldly and courageously in the face of challenges that may seem like impossible to overcome? That may seem at the time when you're being challenged in a relationship that there's no way out, and maybe you don't even want out. Maybe the best way to resolve the things in your relationship is the challenges in your relationship is to embrace those challenges and really embrace them as you would a voyager, a stranger in your home who has brought you a gift. Maybe you feel uncomfortable, maybe you feel very uncomfortable in challenging in embracing the challenges in your relationships. But I propose to you that the whole purpose of this show, the purpose of Embrace Growth, the company that I've founded along with my wife, Dr. Azita Sayan, and whose website you see at the bottom of your screen, and phone number as well, I see. Maybe that's the whole point of the challenges in relationships, so that you grow and develop, and that you have reflected back to you in a loving and safe environment, in an environment where there's family, in an environment where there's an agreement to not only get along, but to prosper and to grow together. Inside of that environment, wouldn't it be best to embrace those challenges and to look for the gifts? And I'll tell you that the gifts are always in the realm or the world of growth and development. Places, blind spots that you can't see. You can't see these spots. They're parts of your character. There's parts of what has you have put together in order to survive. First of all, just to survive physically, as a physical human being. So there's certain survival instincts that you've developed and that you've inherited through your genetics and through your just animal hardwiring that you will have that are designed to have you survive as a human being, as a physical being, I'll say, not necessarily a human being, but there's two parts of us that I address here. One is I call it the human animal, okay? The human animal is really a set of biological, biochemical stimulus and response. It's pretty automatic. It's happening without you even being aware of it for the most part, unless somebody points it out. But those sort of knee-jerk reactions that we have, and the key word here is reaction. You get a stimuli and you react to it without thinking, without even considering the outcome. You just react to a stimuli, a negative input, whether it's a bad look, a bad word, a bad circumstance, you react automatically. So that's human animal, and it's designed to have you survive as a human being, as a human animal, as a biological life form, and basically that's all it's designed to do. It's not designed to get you love. It's certainly not designed to have you be fulfilled or happy. This part of your system is only designed to have you survive the moment, have you survive life, have you survive challenges. So its automatic response will always be in the category of fight or flight. These are the two major ones that everybody knows about, you've all heard about. You know, either you fight back and you win or lose, or you run away, flight, you get out of there, you escape and survive. Either way, that's a victory for the animal part of you whenever challenged. You'll either fight back and win, or you will run away and win by surviving. There's a third response that people don't often consider, and yet it is a very natural response that people have, and a lot of you have, a lot of us have, and that is to literally freeze up and kind of go dead. You're not dead yet, you're still alive, but your senses, your feelings, your emotions have been deadened. It's like you put a lid on it so you don't have to deal with it. And some of the ways that people put lids on their emotions so they don't have to deal with their feelings or deal with the challenges of life is by using drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, being with a lot of different sexual partners, or being with no one at all. That's another way that people withdraw from life. It is a survival response. So there's fight, flight, and go dead, basically, or go numb, which is to freeze up, to not be able to feel, to not really know what you think anymore. If somebody asks you, how do you feel about that, or what do you think about that, you're kind of like, I don't know, you know? And you'll make up something, perhaps, just to survive the moment, so that you don't look stupid or numb or dead. But there are people, you know them, you may be one of them, that is walking around basically dead in their life. They just haven't fallen down yet, they haven't had the funeral yet, but they wake up every morning because they didn't die in their sleep, and basically dead to life. No fulfillment, no joy, no happiness, a lot of complaints, you'll hear a lot of stories about how life was so harsh to them, and that they were a victim of life. And life did it to them, or somebody did it to them, or some family member did it to them. Somebody broke them, or life broke them. And so you'll hear them complaining about that. You'll hear them blaming others about that. You'll hear them trying to dominate others and make sure that others are wrong and that they're right. That's another response that people who have been victimized by life and who've gone dead, that's another natural response. It's just a defensive response. If you know people like this in your life, what you need to know about them is that they have been hurt, that they feel broken or deadened inside, and they have no other way of responding. That sometimes their complaints or their arguments are the highest expression of communication and love that they have available. is the highest expression of love and fulfillment and engaging and communicating that they can come up with at the moment. Nothing wrong with them, it's just their response to traumatic, overwhelming, intense emotional events that usually happened when they were a child, or could have happened when they were a teenager or a young adult, that shut down their system. They decided the best response is to shut it down, to not feel. And so that's a third response: fight, flight, or go numb. That's all happening on the human-animal side of life, as far as I can see.